Hey y'all, I want to tell y'all a little story. It's about the first time I realized I was black and what it means to be black or what it meant to be black. Let me give you a little background. First of all, I grew up in lily white America, suburbs of Chicago. There was one black person per class in my first high school, one freshman, one sophomore, one junior, one senior. Um, yeah, that's kind of where I grew up. Um, to take that a step further, well, no, not even take that a step further. Like, but I grew up, I knew I was different from everybody that I knew, but I didn't know how. I knew I had a different hue. I knew I was a different color. As an infant, I always thought I was half white and half green. Um, in kindergarten, I picked out, I don't remember the kid's name, to help me pass out my cupcakes because he liked gray people. Well, what's a gray person? Half white and half black. To a 5-year old, it makes sense. You mix white and gray, and that's what you got. I never let race influence anything that I thought of. Anything. Um, Dealing with people, dealing with things, and race is usually the last thing to enter my mind. I was 16 years old. Myself, a couple of buddies, and I were out about 10 o'clock at night at a local pizza place. We're actually trying to go there to get something to eat. We were hungry. The place had just closed a little bit before. We didn't know that. So we pull up in the parking lot. Behind us pulls a cop car. Lights start flashing. Again, it's 10 o'clock at night. I'm not speeding. I don't, at that point, I and I'm even there now, but I didn't speed. I was afraid of losing my license or whatever, having to explain something to, my grandparents. Um, so we get pulled over in the parking lot, and the cop told us we fit a description. I never thought about this. I didn't think about this for another like 20 years or so. 10 years after. Fit a description. Okay. Let me describe to you what vehicle, quote unquote, fit a description. It was a 1989 silver Dodge Omni. If you know the Dodge Omni, it's basically the sister car of an Escort. Um, you had the 5 mile an hour bumpers. It was a subcompact. It was a small car. Think of the scene from Police Academy, and I know I'm dating myself here, but the scene from Police Academy where Bubba Smith rips out the front seat. That's a Dodge Omni. Um, you don't fit a description. No one's going to commit a crime in a Dodge Omni. It's not going to happen. You're not going to get away. You're not going to blend in. You're not. I mean, there's almost no reason whatsoever, aside from the fact that there's no other car available at all, to have a description of a Dodge Omni at a crime. But like I said, I didn't think about this for another 10, 15 years. 16 years old, okay, we're out late-ish, 10 o'clock, I didn't, okay, maybe he's giving us a hard time because we're 16-year-olds out at 10 o'clock. Two black, one white. And I thought about it. For years after, I worked at the local bowling alley. One other time I got pulled over. It was late at night, after curfew. I was on my way home from work. Cop let me go. That I can attribute to curfew, but I mean, I never really thought about race until It thought about me, to put it that way. I never thought about race growing up. Race didn't mean anything to me. You're a person. You treat me well, I'll treat you well. It shouldn't matter that because I'm black or mixed. Hell with that. I'm a black Polish person. If you ask me what nationality I am, or what nationality or whatever I know the most of, it's Polish. I don't even know what country my family comes from in Africa. I know I'm African, according to my hue anyway. Yet I'm titled an African American. Never been to Africa. Never been to Poland either, but at least I can tell you where my family comes from. Krakow and Warszawa. I like boxes. The boxes that I'm put into, because I shatter them. I'm 6'2", 230 pounds. Never played a down of organized athletics, or never played it's not since grade school. But I'm athletic. I'm eclectic in my knowledge of things. But I'm supposed to fit into a box and only know certain things. I study. I learn. I watch. I observe. I study history. Up until, and in some cases, even to this day, the laws are still on the books. Because I'm black, I can't go into your town after hours. From sundown to sunup. It's what they called sundown towns. Still to this day. My dad was born in 32. He lived half his life in segregation. He died in 97. I was born 15 years after the Civil Rights Act was passed. I've driven down to Florida and seen the huge Confederate flag flying right across the border. I've had people tell me that because I was black, I wasn't supposed to be in their bar. That was 5 years ago, 6 years ago, in Illinois, just outside Chicago. It's a strange world we live in. I hope that we can get past this, but I don't know. I'm hopeful. I hope I'm not disappointed. I hope the mindset that color has anything to do with anyone's personality goes away. This wasn't how I intended this video to go. It's strange. I part of me is angry about it because I don't know any, I don't know any of the history. I search for it, but even that I can only go so far. I don't know what else to tell you. This is the first of many. I don't know what date or time I'm going to upload them. It's not going to be a daily thing, but we're going to do something here. So, no matter what happens, remember, one is fun, but G-Deuce is twice as nice. For double your pleasure, G-Deuce is loose.